Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed here and we've returned to our final adventures of Steins Gate. Now for this last part of my let's play, I'm going to do this in quite a soothing voice. It's also just gone 20 past 10 at night for me here, so it's a little bit needed for people in other parts of the house to sleep, so we're going to do this like this and I hope you feel relaxed by doing this. So I want to help, so okay, where are you? You haven't been to the lab in 2 days. Are you still in Akihabara? We're worried, you know. You were acting strange since yesterday. I want to help, so tell me where you are. I don't feel right not having you around. Where are you? I want to see you. So let's do this. Let me be alone. I need to think. So I wonder if there's a right choice for that when we proceed onwards. So we've sent the mail. And what I'm going to be doing is thinking about what to say, well, through this. So I'm going to skip all these because this is going to be repeated pattern of dialogue, but I'm not going to skip just in case if anything turns up in some other way, because there may be some slight differences with the dialogues that speak out, but still it gives me every glimpse of hope that hopefully we will be able to achieve the true ending to the game and bring order to the world for both our characters. If you watch the anime, you know what happens at the end of Steins Gate, but I won't say what happens exactly. I'll let you know what that is when the time comes. Whoa, this seems different now. What's happening? So the dialogues are exactly the same, but I definitely know that this music's different. What's different this time around? This is the first time I've heard this piece of music before. What could it be that's different from Kurisu's ending? Apart from the text message that we replied to trigger the 6th true ending flag. Ponder in thought. I didn't notice any dialogue changes throughout the entirety of that. I even end up cropping the rest of that away, just so that we have this piece, which is important because you didn't hear this piece of music in the previous time. Let's just savor the music in hand. Never heard that before. Do you want me to pick it up? Who is that? Does somebody want me? Hello? Who? Dad? You're looking for Dad? I'm your dad. You lost me. Huh? Put Okabe Rintarō on. Hey, Okabe. Some strange girl wants to talk to you. Who is this? Please, come to the roof of Candicanto. Who is this? Came from the year 2036. I'm Hashita Ataro's daughter. My name is Anima Suzuhan. Wait. Suzuhan? Why are you here? This is different. All these memories collide into the mind of chaos. Chapter 11. Open the Steins Gate. She said to meet her on the roof of Radican. When I get there, I found it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's also part of a crime scene, as if they needed another way round of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. I dug under the yellow tape and opened the door. The lock is still broken. Right. I'm glad this is done. We can save. But we need some hope that we can do this. Open the Steins Gate. I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I grasp for air, I look around the stark white concrete, and naturally my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting damn smack in the middle of the roof. No way. What's that? It's a robot, right? The transforming... No, it's not Transformers. Mayuri and Rintarō just surprised. What is it thing? I mean, like Shisusa's time machine, but there's something different about it. Shisusa's looks old and beat up. This one looks brand new. It's not stuck in a wall either. And besides, this is a beta world line, where a certain dystopia never forms. Shisusa has no reason to travel to 2010. That satellite shouldn't be here, and yet I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I? Of course. It was at Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake, and when I went to check the roof, this satellite was sitting here. Though still confused, I approached the satellite. Just then the hatch opens and someone steps outside. Ah! Hi. Okabe Rintarō. Suza! It really is her. The part-time warrior, John Tida, time traveler from 2036, Daryl's daughter who was born 7 years from now. Why are you here? I asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers. Are you Okabe Rintarō? I need to know. Well, yeah. The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realise that there's something very different about her. For starters, what's with all the camo? It looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica. Is Yuri Amane Sashuhan? Hold on, just hold on one sec. This doesn't make sense. No, calm down, figure this out, okay? No, that's impossible. Shisusa-han can't be here. She leaped to 1975 in her one-way... No, this time machine can go both ways. In her one-way time machine, she found the IBM 5100, made sure that it would get to you, then passed away in the year 2000. So where did this girl come from? I'm a time traveler. From the year 2036, I have a request from Uncle Okaline. Uncle? You're an uncle? We don't have time to humour Mayuri's question. Shisusa walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words come out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear. This world line is headed for World War III. I need your help to prevent it. Please, help me change the future. What the heck are you talking about? World War III? Oh no, that's really bad. Yeah, well, are you really a time traveler? You're not just messing with us here. Stay out of this, Dad. Dad? Well, that was a shock. I mean, it's not every day a mysterious beauty calls me Dad. But to be honest, I prefer to be called Big Brother. Wait, everyone just wait, let me think. I'll take a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. I turn to Shisusa-han. Is that thing a time machine? Shisusa nods calmly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of a cheerful Shisusa-han I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve. Your father built it. That's right. Suzuha-han glanced at Daru. Where did you come from? The year 2036. I stopped in 1975 and 2001. You're what? That doesn't make any sense. She obviously not in her 40s, which means that time machine can travel to the future. It wouldn't be much of a time machine otherwise. This isn't the Suzuha-han I knew, but it is Suzuha-han. You're from a different future. A different future? What's going on? What about Stern's dystopia? Stern? What's that? Suzuha-han frowns. She doesn't know about Stern. That says that she's definitely not the Stern I know. You said something about World War III. Right, in my time, humanity has been reduced to less than 1 billion people. Less than 1 billion? But you know, now it's like 7.7 billion. Are you saying that 5.7 billion people died? That's what happens when you use nuclear weapons. It was just like the Cold War. Obviously this time, they were fighting over time travel technology. It started with a race between the EU and Russia. Then the Americans got involved, and things really went to hell. They were all desperate to stop anyone else from being first to build a time machine. Whoever controls time controls the world, right? Time travel again. It has the power to grant your dreams, and at the same time destroy everything you love. I know that better than anyone. By 2036, war's over, but it left the Earth in ruins. We won't survive for long, not as things are. It's unbelievable. In the future of the Alpha Worldline, Sun used a time machine to fashion a dystopia where no one else could oppose her rule. Suzuha travelled to the past to change it. She showed me how much to escape their convergence. The result in this, the Beta Worldline, here, Sun fails to complete this time machine, but instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war. This can't be happening. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees. Oh, you okay? Mayuri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back, but I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha, for I know it's absurd. Part of me blames her. Why is this happening? You lied to me. You said a peaceful future was waiting for us on the Beta Worldline. We saved Mayuri. We changed the future, and now after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say that it wasn't enough. We're at a point of great divergence when... I know that already! And you understand. When you understand, 5.7 billion people are going to die, and the survivors will be left with no future, no hope. I came here to prevent that, and to do that, I need your help. Uncle Okabe, I refuse! I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looked hurt, betrayed like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me like that? I bore Mayuri's shoulder and struggled back to my feet. I came here from the Alpha Worldline. I had to sacrifice a girl I loved to make it this far. I can't go back, not to the Worldline where Mayuri dies. I don't care if 5.7 billion people die. I won't let her. I won't let Kusa's sacrifice be in vain. It can't be comprehended. Suzuha is staring at me in disbelief. Me and Daru clearly don't know what to say. I haven't told them what happened, so I can't understand. Wait, you mean you've been to another attractor field? Wow, so that's the power of reading Steiner. How do you know about that? Dad told me, and I met you before, Uncle Okabe. In the future, that is. You've met me. I see. So the me from that attractor field went to the past too. A faint smile flickers across her face. Then she looks at me with renewed intensity. Uncle Okabe, I know you don't want to, but... No, I won't let Kusa's death be in vain. I won't let Mayuri die. Mayuri dies? By Kusa. I assume you mean Mikisi Kusa. Listen, Uncle. Let's say hypothetically that the only way to change the future of this world line is to go to July 28, 2010, the day Mikisi Kusha dies, and save her. What would you do? What? Shock ripples through my body. What did she say? Save Kurusa, but how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine. Even if I do, I can never leap that far back. Of course. I look over Shusa's shoulder at the object disguised as a satellite. Your machine. We can use your time machine. It came all the way from 21st Shusa and no trouble going back a mere 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what the Alpha Shusas could not. It could travel to the future. I can go to July the 28th, save Kurusa, and return to the present. No demails, no time leaps. Genuine, physical time travel. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before. On July the 28th, that fateful day, shortly before Kurusa was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, and sure it is standing before me now. There's only one thing that can remain. It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day, in this place. Even before I sent the first email, my participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Shusa down now is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. Revelation makes me dizzy. It's like I don't have the tiniest atom of free will. Like my every action from the moment of my birth was planned for me by some cosmic force. The world line we're aiming for, what do you call it? The Alpha world line? It's not that. What we're aiming for is the space how's it even possible? Between attractor fields. There lies a world unaffected by any attractor field. A world known as Steins Gate. But that's the cunning name I pulled out of my arse. It doesn't even mean anything. I was told that Steins Gate is a brand new world line, one no one has ever observed. But didn't someone have to observe it to know it's there? Nope, it's never been observed. That's what makes it new. But Dad and Uncle were able to calculate its divergence. Minus 0.086109 relative to the current world line. Does it mean you're subtracting, or is that the actual world line that it needs to be at? That's where we'll find Steins Gate. And to reach that world line, we have to save Kurusa? Exactly. She's a key to averting World War III. As long as she lives, that war won't happen. Or at least 5.7 billion people won't die. Why? Huh? Why Kurusa? I mean, she's a genius. But aren't you telling me that she's the hero who will save them? I don't know. You don't know, and you expect me to go along with this? Hey, I'm just following Dad's plan. And apparently you're the one who came up with it in the first place. If there's a flaw in your plan, then we'll all be in trouble. It sounds like you didn't hear it from me, is that right? You passed away 10 years ago. 15 years from now, that is the year 2025. The same result as in the Alpha world line. So I don't know the whole story, but what I do know is that my dad continued your work. After you died, he built his time machine all by himself to see your plan through. That's my super hacker. He must have hacked into certain Stolberg research and used it to construct his own time machine. On the Alpha world line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the time machine, but here Daru is able to perfect his design. That's why he can go back to the future, at least that it seems most likely explanation. Uncle Okabe, like I said, Steins Gate is unobserved. Nobody knows what future awaits us there. There's a chance that dystopia rises from the ashes from World War III. There's a chance that Mikisi Kurusa dies just 2 days after you save her. There's a chance that he didn't die in 25, but next week. But there's also a chance that when 2036 comes, there will be no dystopia, no world ravaged by war. There's a chance that everyone, including Mikisi Kurusa, will still be alive. There's a chance that a wonderful future awaits. At least it won't be the future I came from, and it won't be the future the other me came from. That much is certain. It's an unknown future really for the best. I would hate for the ending role to say despite your best efforts to make everything worse. It's completely unknown, completely unpredictable. Kurisu can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for Mayuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win as it always has. But if you're willing to try, if you're willing to come with me to July the 28th, take my hand. I looked down at Shusa's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Shusa comes from a ruined world, from the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion wives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Kurisu, how I've been dreamt for saving her. I would do anything to change her fate, but now I know this invention won't lead me to another maze of despair. Mayuri doesn't understand any of this. But this Mikizi person was very important to you, wasn't she? I think you should go for it. 5.7 billion people, man. I can't even imagine. But don't sweat the small stuff. Just save the girl and you're set for life. It's the dream of every otaku. Mayuri and Daru offer me encouragement, but it's not enough to overcome my doubts. The Mikizi Kurisu we knew, lab member number 4, is already gone. Even if I save her on this worldline, she won't remember any of the time she shared with us, so there's no point. I won't bend time to my convenience, not again. I'm not God, I don't have that right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads me to stop. And yet, I look at Shusa's outstretched hand, and then with resignation, I grip it firmly. I'm in. Try through I may to fight it. This choice was made for me on the July the 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine. Fate wants us to take your hand. Who am I to agree? I'm not all that confident that I can save Kurisu. How many times have I tried to resist fate only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there's a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her. Let's go. Thank you, Uncle Okabe. Hop aboard. Can this thing even fit 2 people? Of course it can. It's my dad's masterpiece. Daru, your daughter really loves you. I don't get it, but stop calling me Dad. I'd rather be your big brother, if you know what I mean. Be sure to come back, okay? I don't want you to disappear, okay? I'm not going to another world. It's just a shot to the past. I pat Mayuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Shusa to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. The interior is cylindrical and surprisingly tight. When I sat down on the ledge that rims the cylinder, it puts me face to face with Shusa, kind of like one of those giant teacup rides. There are few controls than I expected. The inside definitely looks more refined than what I saw on Shusa's time machine on the Alpha worldline. One thing remains the same: the time display panel, a black screen with red lettering. I guess that's just Daru's taste. Give me your phone. When I hand it over to Shusa casually tosses it out the hatch. Hey! It's better not to bring it. It will cause interference. Oh, I see. We're going to July the 28th, so there'll be 2 of me. And if I bring it, 2 of my phone, I guess that could be a problem if I got called or something. So time travelers really do need to be careful about what they bring to the past. Shut the hatch. I hear Mayuri and Daru cheering outside. Mayuri caught my phone, thankfully. I gave him a final nod and closed the hatch. Silence engulfs us. Shushisa's operating the time display panel. She sets our destination. July 28th, 2010, 11:50 AM. That should do it. That's cutting it awfully close. I remember that Dr. Nakabachi's presentation began at 12. This time machine can't physically move. Meaning? No matter what the time we travel to, we'll always arrive at the exact same coordinates. In other words, on the roof of Radican. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but there's no time to explain. Anyway, we can leap to the day before the presentation, but if we attract too much attention, that could cause Radican and cancel a presentation. That's why we've got to cut it close. I see. Uncle, this is your first time traveling, right? Okay, first, stop calling me Uncle. And yes, I've made more time leaps than I went to remember, but I never time travelled before. According to John Tita, the G-forces are pretty strong. You feel like you're being stretched out. Yeah, I wrote that. But John Tita stuff? Right. Back when I leapt to 2000. I see. The past has changed. Changed back, I suppose, from my point of view. When I was on an Alpha World line, I saw Tita post on that channel in real time. On this world line, those posts were made to an English BBS in the year 2000. You don't sound surprised. Nothing can surprise me now. My brain's too busy trying to process all this new information. It feels like it's got to be below. I'll go over the mission one more time. Once we arrive, there will be no time for chit-chat. But the objective is to prevent Mikishi Mikurusha's death. Ever since I returned to this world line, I've avoided all news of Kurusha's murder. I was afraid of setting that result in stone. So I still don't know who killed Kurusha. I don't know how or why she died. I don't know anything at all. If I had known it would come to this, would I have looked things up? I asked myself that question. The answer is no. What about tractor field convergence? That day is a turning point, remember? I mean, the probability of Mikini's death is roughly 50%, so convergence won't happen. It may happen, it may not. No, it probably will. But I'm sure there's a loophole somewhere. That loophole is the doorway to Steins Gate, so in the end it's a gamble. Oh, one more thing. Watch out for Dr. Nakabachi. What do you mean? Remember what I just said about World War III? It all started because of something called the Nakabachi paper. A paper Dr. Nakabachi wrote detailing his theory on time travel. The Ford's theories were just a rip-off of John Tita's. Wait a minute, John Tita's sitting right next in front of me. So what Tita posted on the internet was true. I mixed in some lies, so not many people would listen to me at the time. I never thought someone would re-evaluate it 10 years later. Looks like he built his theory off what I wrote. Apparently it's almost perfect. Anyway, Dr. Nakabachi was there when Mikishi Kurusha was killed, right? So watch out for him. I'm sure he's important to the developers of this world line. Dr. Nakabachi, important. I thought it was just some cone artist. Ready to go? Fasten your seatbelt. I look underneath my belt. I was about to find the car seatbelt. I wrap it around my wrist and fix my body to the seat. Does it shake a lot? Shake? No, it doesn't shake. You mean it does something else? Wait, it's safe. Shishisha leans forward and pushes a bright yellow button on the bottom of the panel. There are no windows, so I can't tell if the time machine is moving. It's only 3 weeks, so it shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes. Shishisha fastens her own seatbelt and sighs. When I leaped to 1975, it was 6 hours long with nothing to do. I guess time travelers have their own problems. Since it's only a few minutes, we won't bother with the oxygen mask. Just be aware we'll have no oxygen for the duration. You mean I have to hold my breath? Right here. She's points to the center of the cylinder, the space between me and her. There'll be an air pocket. Stick your head inside and you have enough oxygen for about 10 minutes. Hey, for argument's sake, what will happen if we fail to save Kurusha? There's not much fuel left. We barely have enough to begin with. There's not even enough to return to it to 2036. So if we fail to change the world line, then I'll be stuck in this time. But don't worry, as long as we're travelling 3 weeks each way, we still have enough for 2 round trips. So what she's really saying is that we only have 2 chances. But then how do you plan to get to 2036? I don't. Once we reach Steins Gate, I won't have any reason to go back to come to this time in the first place, will I? Casuality will be reconstructed. I should disappear from this time, since I'll probably be living peacefully in 2036. But that all depends on you, Uncle Opaline. Her tone is light, but expression is serious. This is the first time in weeks that we've spoken, but now I just realised something about her. Her is pretty reckless, isn't she? Suddenly there's a zapping sound and countless faint shivering lights. They look like moth dust or powdered snow. The lights slowly change colour. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Back to silver, violet, blue. The colours of a rainbow. I feel pressure of my entire body, similar to the sensation you feel as you descend in an elevator. In an elevator, you feel as if you're being pulled downwards, but instead the time machine feels like it's pulling at my back. The feeling of pressure quickly increases. It also feels like I'm falling horizontally. I've never experienced anything like this. It's so uncomfortable I want to scream. The strangest thing is that the time machine itself isn't shaking. In fact, it doesn't seem to be moving at all. There's no noise, no vibration. It's eerie. The pulling sensation grows even stronger. I can hear my bones creaking. I imagine my body flattened like a pancake. It's not a pleasant thought. It's getting worse. I look at Shiina. She has her eyes shut and her jaw clenched tight. I can no longer move. It feels like my back is glued to a wall. My vision begins to warp, and with my warping vision, the powder of light still shifts through the colours of a rainbow. It's strangely beautiful, like something out of a painting, and still I keep falling. Where is it taking me? Through a tunnel in space-time? All I know is I'm falling. Suddenly everything goes dark. I try to scream, but even my voice falls away. It doesn't even reach my own ears. It's gravity. There's an intense gravitational distortion behind me, and I'm still falling towards it. My vision slowly recovers. The smell of ozone fills my nostrils. Shiina takes a deep breath and unfastens her seatbelt. We're here. I gulp for air. Did I really just travel through time? If so, then this is July the 28th, the day Kurisu and I first met, the day I sent the first email, the day it all began. Shiina's hand takes out a digital watch. It's a fairly old-fashioned design. I bought it in 1975, but it's not even 3 years old yet. This is what an uninformed person would say in Japanese, please. Shiina sets the watch to the correct time, then hands it over to me. The display reads 11:51. Nakabachi's presentation starts at 12. Let's do this. You keep an eye on Mikisa Kurisu and stop whatever tries to kill her. And you? I'll back you up. Also remember how I took away your phone. Beyond July 28th is here too, meaning there are currently 2 Okabe Rintarōs in this worldline. Whatever you do, don't let your past self see yourself. It will cause a major time paradox. But Tita said that couldn't happen. That was a lie, misinformation. Come to think of it, Alpha Shizusa said the stuff she posted about the many worldlines interpretations was fake too. Got it. Then let's go. We'll rendezvous at the time machine when it's over. Shizusa's hand finishes her rushed exclamation, motions me towards the hatch. I open the hatch and grab the rim. It's go time. I squeeze my way out. Shizusa's hand crawls out after me and closes the hatch. You hide. I'll provide a distraction. Shizusa's hand runs up to the emergency door, and then, to my astonishment, she draws her gun and fires at the doorknob. The door opens easily. That must have broken the lock. Any minute now, a crowd of people will rise these stairs to see what happened. My past self will be a monster. I need to hide before they get here. That was a close one. I nearly bumped into myself on the 8th floor landing. Right after I ran downstairs to the 7th floor, I heard footsteps running over to the other way behind me. Those footsteps were mine, no doubt. It was a near miss. To be safe, I descended to the 4th floor before stopping to take a breath. I take a look around, but there's nobody paying attention to me. I wonder what Shizusa is doing. I'm worried, but I need to focus on my own mission. I must prevent Kurisu's death. In about 30 minutes from now, just after Nakabachi's presentation said, someone will murder her. I know where it happens, in the 8th floor hallway towards the back of a building where people rarely go. What I don't know is who stabbed her. Instead of running around and drawing attention myself, I should just wait at the scene. Let's cool off here for about 5 minutes and then head over there. If I remember correctly, Kurisu tried to talk to me in the assembly hall, but I blew her off and came down here. After that I tried calling Mayuri, but her phone was off and I couldn't get through, so I went back up to the assembly hall to find her. What time was that? I searched my memories, trying to plot the actions I took on July the 28th. It sounded simple as she said it, but staying away from my past self is going to take more work than I thought. Frustration mounts. I shoved Shusa's watch into my pocket and quished it. Just said, "Excuse me?" That voice. I turned around. It's her. Do I know you? No. You came from the roof just now, didn't you? She looks at me with those beautiful eyes. Eyes shining with intelligence and strength of will. I thought I'd never see her again, but now before my very eyes, don't act like you are. Tears well up in my eyes. I want to embrace her in my instant. It takes everything I have to resist the urge. Don't forget, this is our first meeting. This Kurisu doesn't know me. I heard a strange sound from the roof. Is that why the building shook just now? What's going on? It's not like a magic he's doing, is it? Why do I have to run into Kurisu of all the people? I can't answer. I'm afraid if I speak, I'll be unable to contain my emotions. The memory of her last smile is burned into my mind, imploring me to act. Are you listening? You're sweating like crazy. Kurisu looks at me with suspicion. What would happen if I were to grab Kurisu and run? Would divergence change? Would her murder be averted? I recall all the times Mayuri died. I recalled all the times I timed it to save her. Everything I tried ended in vain. I was unable to save her even once. No matter what I did, the world itself killed her. Will it be the same with Kurisu? Should I even try? I reached towards Kurisu, my head shaking. Hey! She steps back in surprise and fear, clutching a Melina enveloped to her chest. This is our first meeting, but I know that, but to me she's a girl I still love. If I'd been thinking straight a second ago, I would have realised my plan to grab her and flee wasn't going to work. Kurisu would never follow some strange man she only just met. Running isn't an option. All I can do is wait at the scene of a crime. Fighting against the urge to stay, I forced myself to turn and leave. Please answer my question, but Kurisu pursues me. Why is she so desperate to know who I am? I do look suspicious, I'll admit that, but if she thinks I'm dangerous, why would she come alone? I turn around reluctantly and meet Kurisu's stare. Answer me. Can I really save you? The words catch in my throat. Can I save her? I don't know. All I know is that convergence is merciless and cruel, and that I am powerless to stop it. Can you what? I shake my head and bolt for the stairs before Kurisu can react. Wait, stop! When I make it onto the 8th floor, the presentation has already started. I peek in through the door of the assembly hallway. This is the rare character that we saw at the start of the game, and now we see him right before us. The man that might be the cause of WW3. I turn around and head deeper into the dim passage. And imagine flashes through my mind. She was lying there in the end of the passage in a puddle of her own blood. 20 minutes from now, that's exactly what will happen. Can I prevent it? I must, whatever it takes. There's a pile of junk, toolboxes, cardboard, and the like, about halfway down the passage, the perfect hiding spot. I couch behind them. Now all I have to do is wait for Kurisu to show, but what will I do when she does? Only now do I realise that I'm completely unarmed. I really don't think this through. Kurisu was lying in a pool of blood, which means her killer had a weapon. Since I didn't hear a gunshot, it must have been a knife or something similar. How am I going to defend her? And myself? Is there anything around that might work as a weapon? I still have about 20 minutes, but one wrong move, and someone might catch me. I shouldn't leave a spot. Maybe I'm being overly cautious, but this is my only chance to prevent Crucia's death. I don't want to jeopardize that. I don't know what I'd do if I ran into Crucia again. It's a miracle that I managed to tear myself away last time. The longer I wait in the darkness, the harder it becomes. The anticipation is killing me. So far, not a single soul has passed down this hallway. I can faintly hear Nakabachi's voice coming through the mic from far away, but that's it. The silence does nothing but increase my tension. To make matters worse, it's hot and humid. I guess the air conditioner's not on back here. My entire body is drenched in sweat, and I haven't even been hiding for a minute. Sweat drips from my brow to the floor. I rub it out with my shoe. I have to keep waiting. There's no other option. I stay there, crouched in the darkness for what seems an eternity. In the distance, I hear footsteps of sparse applause. I glance at the user's watch. It's 20:26. I guess the presentation's over. I peek out from behind the boxes, and just then, footsteps. Keep yourself. I quickly duck behind the cover. My heart is pounding. Someone's coming this way. Who is it? Crucia's murder? I clench my teeth and try to drive away the tension. I can only pray that I won't be found. Finally, footsteps pass right by my hiding spot, moving only my eyes. I seek a glance at the person. Crucia. There's no one with her. I didn't expect Crucia to be the first to appear. What was she doing here? This area is for employees only. Now that I think about it, Crucia's murder made no sense. Why was she killed in a place where she would normally never come? Careful to keep quiet, I watch Crucia from the shadows. About 5 meters down the hall, she stops walking and leans against a wall. She holds the manila envelope I saw with her. She peeks inside and smiles softly. Why is she smiling? Crucia rarely smiles like that. I mean, it's more like her to glare at people. That envelope. I search my memories again. When Crucia approached me during Nakabachi's presentation, I'm pretty sure she was holding that envelope. But did she have it when I discovered her body? I don't remember seeing it. What could be inside to make Crucia smile like that? I can't begin to imagine. Crucia hasn't moved a muscle. She's just standing there, head hung, her face hidden behind her long hair. I can't read her expression. Is she waiting for someone? Who? Who would she meet in a place like this? Nakabachi. Then when I hear another set of footsteps approaching, I can't see who it is from where I'm hiding, but given the time, it has to be the person who killed Crucia. As proof, Crucia raises her head and, upon recognizing the newcomer, lifts her head off the wall. Her expression softens slightly. The footsteps come even closer. Who is it? I wanted to talk. Crucia suddenly started speaking. The footsteps right past by my hiding spot. I'm so tense I can't move a muscle. The newcomer finally appears in my narrow field of vision, and it's Nakabachi. Dr. Nakabachi. I slap a hand over my mouth to keep from shouting in astonishment. Kurisu and Dr. Nakabachi know each other. Of course. Watch out. Something else occurs to me. Why would Kurisu, an accomplished scientist, attend a presentation of a man like Nakabachi? He's just a 2-bit inventor. Only 15 people came to hear his speak, and that involves trolls like me. There wasn't even any press coverage. Besides, Kurisu hates time travel science. That much was obvious from her lecture at ATF. In that case, it's obvious why she's here. She didn't come to see his presentation, she came to see him. But why? What could be the connection? Wait, it can't be. Are you listening, Papa? Papa? He's her father. He's her estranged father, who she told me she hasn't seen in years. Kurisu did say that her father was a psychicist. And Nakabachi certainly is a physicist. The scientific community at large has rejected his research. But wait, does this mean that Nakabachi killed his own daughter? Was it someone else, someone who has yet to appear? There's no way to know. If I could be sure that Nakabachi was the killer, then I would intervene right now. But I'm not. I better keep watching to see what happens. What is that? I heard you were giving a presentation on time travel, so I thought about it too. Could it be possible to make a time machine? Kurisu wrote a paper on time travel, but when she spoke at ATF, she rejected the very idea of time travel. Although it came to think of it, she was awfully interested in the phone wave. Damn, I forgot how much of a Sunday she was. I thought you'd like... Oh, I'd like your opinion, Papa. We can polish it together, then submit it to the scientific community. I don't know if they'll listen, but just in case, I'll have the acquaintance... I do have acquaintance of Science magazine. Nakabachi takes out the document and starts reading it with a disgusted frown. So that's what it was. She didn't have anything dangerous in that envelope, like drugs or a gun. It was just some document. But that raises a question. Could it be the Nakabachi paper? According to Shizusa, that document sparked a time travel arms race that ultimately led to World War III and the deaths of 5.7 billion people. Is that why Kurusa's safety is so important to changing divergence? I get it now. Nothing is coincidence, everything is inevitable. Nakabachi flips restlessly through the document. He's not even trying to hide his irritation. Did I ask you to write this? Well, no, but... You invited me to come, remember? It was the first time we talked in 7 years. That's what got me thinking. And as I wrote on the thesis, I started to realize it might actually be possible to build a time machine. If the thesis is published, you could have your revenge on the scientific community for shunning you. I wasn't shunned! Nakabachi suddenly shrieks at Kurusa, causing her to shrink back in fear. Those incompetent imbeciles were just jealous of my superiority. I was one who gave up on them. Please don't yell. Nakabachi gives her daughter a disdainful snort, then goes back to flipping through the paper. You really read fast, Papa, just like I remember. Nakabachi even ignores Kurusa's words of endearment. Not bad. You think so? We can submit it jointly if you don't mind. No, don't do anything, I'll take care of it. What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean, don't you think you're special just because you got your FlareBlitzed thesis published in some magazine? What, is this how you look at your father? I'm sorry. An awkward silence follows. I feel no warmth between those two. The only thing I feel is distance. Kurisu in particular seems desperate to avoid upsetting her father. We haven't seen each other in a while. There's a lot I want to talk about. You live in Mayuri, right? Kurisu's trying to maintain a cheerful tone, but I can see that her expression is stiff. I remember how she said that she had trouble dealing with her father. I think my mother hates me. She looked so lonely when she spoke those words. Leave. Go back to America. Never show your face to me again. But... You want my opinion? We'll submit it jointly. You don't mean any of that. I know how you think. He sounds like a child with an inventory complex. In this pity, how dare you? You're supposed to be my daughter. I don't understand. Please calm. I am calm. Don't tell me what to do. This is bad. It's almost time for Kurisu's murder. Was it really Nakabachi, her own father, who killed her? I'll tell you why I called you here today. I wanted to show you my research. Research beyond even what you can imagine. I wanted to prove once and for all that you are nothing compared to me. But that brat in the lab coated ruined everything. I know you were laughing at me too. Don't you deny it. How dare you threaten your own father that way? I wasn't. You want my opinion on the thesis? Fine, I'll give it to you. Nakabachi rolls right over to Kurisu's objections. It's like he doesn't even hear her voice. I'm going to publish it myself. End of discussion. You're stealing it. What did you say? You're stealing my work. I don't think even you would do something like... Nakabachi suddenly whirls a strike at Kurisu across the face. What do I do? Now I should do something, but what? What do you think you're talking to? Nakabachi throws the paper aside and seizes his daughter by the throat. He is the culprit. You can't possibly understand how I feel. Why do you have to be so talented? I detest you. I hate your very existence. Nobody is allowed to be better than me. Understand? Nobody. Especially not my own daughter. That's why I sent you away. I couldn't bear the shame of being your father. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. This is completely absurd. He's blaming her for this, his own failures? I've seen enough. He's a killer for sure. I burst on my hiding spot. Stop! I ram him with my shoulder as hard as I could, knocking him away from Kurisu. Kurisu grasped for breath. Who the hell are you? I won't let you kill Kurisu. I'm going to save Kurisu. I'm going to save her and change her future. Even a weakling like me can pin down an old man like Nakabachi. Then I can get Shisusa to call the police and... The memory of Kurisu's body flashes through my mind. No, it won't turn out like that. Steadying himself with one hand against the wall, Nakabachi got to his feet and looked straight at me. The instant our eyes met, his face twisted in rage. You're the brat who ruins my presentation. Right, of course, I called him out of his lies in the middle of his presentation. Nakabachi has mistaken me for my past self, understandable, since we look exactly the same. How dare you show your face before me? Why does everyone get in my way? I know you. You and Kurisu planned this, didn't you? Didn't you? He's delusional. You brats won't get away with this. Nakabachi glares at me with bloodshot eyes, then takes something out of his pocket. At first I can't tell what it is, but then I see it gleam in dim light. A knife. The blade's about 20 centimeters long. The perfect sort of weapon that originated Kurisu's murder. I can't help but shiver at its cold shine. Why is he even carrying something like this? Is he completely insane? Wait, is that a weapon that killed Kurisu? Won't never happen. Damn. Why is my brain so fixated on that scene? You'll pay for mocking me. Nakabachi charges like an enraged bull with no sign of hesitation whatsoever. He raises his knife high. Gah. I instinctively dodge back. The knife misses me by a hair. He gathers himself for another strike. The sight of his face twisted in madness and rage fills me with terror. I want to scream. He's going to kill me. No, don't be afraid. I can't die here. The past is already decided. But wait, if the past is already decided, it doesn't mean I can't save Kurisu. I shake off the thought. Just think about saving her. Apologize. Swallowing my fear, I force myself to stop running away. Instead, I lunge ahead. I knock Nakabachi's hand aside. The knife falls from his grip and clatters to the floor. I leap on it and pick it up. That was easier than I expected. Stop it, Papa! Don't tell me what to do! I look up in surprise. Nakabachi has taken a screwdriver. That's the weapon. Kurisu, or the knife, or the screwdriver. Kurisu's walking towards him, pledging with him to stop. She's completely defenseless. No, Kurisu, stay away from him. You're the one in danger, not me. Just what I thought. I decided. He finds something else. Even a screwdriver could kill with enough force behind it. Run, Kurisu! Kurisu looks at me, but she doesn't move. Why won't she run away? This is crazy, Papa. Please stop. What do you know? What do you know? Nakabachi has completely lost his mind. Nothing she says will reach him. If only you... Nakabachi turns to Kurisu, brandishing his screwdriver, but Kurisu still doesn't run away. Blood spurts from the armor Kurisu used to guard her face. She's going to die. I have to do something. I grab the knife firmly in my hands. Kurusha won't die if I kill Nakabachi first. Damn it again. Stop getting in my way. I won't be tied to that past. I need to do something to change the future, to save Kurusha. As Nakabachi raises his arms for another blow, I thrust my knife at his unprotected back. Paradoxes occur. Through the knife, my hand feels resistance. The sensation of tearing through flesh, scraping bone. It's surprisingly tough, but at the same time, I feel the flesh pulsating. It shifts in time with my victim's breath. I stabbed Kurusha. I stabbed. Why? I can't believe my eyes. What happened? I tried to stab Nakabachi, but blade should have pierced his back, and yet you got in the way. At the last minute, Kurusha forced herself between us, as if to protect Nakabachi. Why? Strength drains from Kurusha's body. She slumps against me, her head on my shoulder. A fitting end for you fools. And he runs away. Laughing menacingly, Nakabachi picks up the dropped feces and runs to the elevator at the far end of the hall. I couldn't chase him. I know what's going to happen if I don't stop him, but I can't take a single step. Is this a joke? Is this the punchline? I wanted to know who killed Kurusha, and now... I'm sorry. Kurusha speaks. Her voice is barely a whisper. I feel something wet on my hands. Wet and warm. Blood. Kurusha's blood. Gushing from her wound. It's warm but not hot. And yet it feels like it's burning my hands. I try to pull the knife out. If I can stop the bleeding, maybe she'll be okay. But my hands won't move. It's like they're turned to stone. My arms. My fingers. No matter how hard I try, they won't move an inch. Kurusha's breathing quickly grows laboured. She's suffering. I didn't mean for this to happen. This isn't what I wanted. Why won't my hands move? I want to pull out the knife. I want to ease her pain. Why won't my body obey me? It's as if someone else is in control. Kurusha's body convulses against mine. The pain must be unbearable. Is there nothing I can do to help her? I want to cry. Why? The only thing I can do is ask. Because he's still my father. I just wanted him to accept me. I studied so hard, hoping he would praise me. But now I finally understand. Papa didn't want to accept me. I'm such an idiot. Why did I save him, I wonder? I'm sorry for getting you involved. It hurts. Am I going to die? I don't want to die. I don't want it to end like this. Her voice is fading fast. Don't die, please don't die for me. But my prayers are in vain. Help me. Help. Her body suddenly grows heavy. I can no longer hear the sound of her breathing, yet the blood from her wound is still warm. I killed her. The one who killed Mayuri was me. Yeah. As he hears the sound of my despair, the last piece of a puzzle clicks into place. The scream I heard that day was my own. Someone pulls at my arm. Come on, get up! I feel hands slip under my shoulders and drag me away. The knife in my hand pulls free from Kurusha's chest. A fresh torrent of blood flows. It's still warm. Open your eyes, Kurusha. Wake up. Pull yourself together. We need to get out of here before they find us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. I tried to save you, I did. Why is this happening? Someone puts my arm over their shoulder and holds me to my feet. then drags me away step by step. I don't have the strength to resist it. Guilt and regret are the only things inside me. No, you only killed her once. Let's get out of here. Don't give up yet, Uncle. Everything's gonna be fine, I promise. Now hold on tight. I feel someone push me behind. Next, they take your knife away. My fingers are like solid rock. They have to be pried open one by one. I failed to save Kurisu. Worse, convergence made me kill her. The past has already been decided. It was impossible to change it from the start. There's no such thing as impossible. Someone drags me out of a time machine. I crumple on the spot, powerless to even stand. Well, you're already back. It hasn't even been a minute. Okabe. Mayuri rushes over to me. She looks at my face in concern, but even her concern is too much for me to bear. Please don't talk to me, just leave me alone. You're covered in blood, what happened? Get him a towel, Dad, and water, and some clothes too, hurry. Explanation? Just go already. Oh, okay, yes, just do as she says. Dao runs back inside the building. Are you okay? Honey Red, don't die. He's okay, it's not his blood. Leave me alone. I don't deserve your concern. Save Kurisu was a joke. Not only did I fail to save her, I took her life with my own two hands. 3 weeks ago, in this very spot, I killed her. I murdered her. There's no way to save her. There never was. Everything has already been decided. It's the same as if we was with Mayuri. The same. No matter how hard I struggle, the result will always be the same. We have a time machine. Shouldn't we give it another try? No, it's not that simple. No matter how many times I try, the result will converge on Kurisu's death. Even if I throw the knife away, fate will find some other way to kill Kurisu. Maybe Nakabachi will kill her. Maybe I'll trip and push her down the stairs. Maybe she'll just drop dead for no reason. The cause doesn't matter. The effect will always be the same. It doesn't matter if I time leap or if I time travel. Going to the past can't change the result. Maybe a demon could shift divergence enough to take us to another attractive field, but there's no way to control what might happen. Demails are shot in the dark is useless. Unless useless. Everything is useless. There's nowhere I can do. Nothing. I couldn't save Kurisu after all. I knew this would happen. I knew it would turn out like this. I can't take this anymore. I'm so tired. Enough already. I give up. Okabe! A burning numbness spreads through my cheek. Mayuri hit me. What? She's never done anything like this before. The shock is enough to bring me to my senses. Mayuri looks at me with tears streaming down her cheeks. Her small body gently embraces mine, though I'm still covered in Kurisu's blood. You're not a quitter. Mayuri knows. You never ever give up. Not until the very end. Remember every day, Mayuri prayed for help in front of Grandma's grave. And every time you came and see me, even on rainy days and snowy days, you always stood next to Mayuri and called my name. Because you were always there for Mayuri, I was finally able to say goodbye to Granny. Mayuri doesn't really understand what's going on, but don't give up now, okay? Mayuri doesn't want to see you sad. Mayuri's gentle warmth envelops me. I cling to that warmth, but it's not enough to heal my heart. But I killed her. The person most precious to me, who I wanted so desperately to save. I can still feel the knife in my hand. I can still hear her fading heartbeat. I look at my hands over Mayuri's shoulders. They're red with blood, Kurisu's blood. The shaking won't stop. Tears fall, washing away the blood. Guilt and despair are tearing my soul. If Shusa hadn't taken a knife, I might have slit my own throat in that very spot. This reality is too much to bear. But I realize this is retribution. My just punishment for taking the godlike power of time travel and using it to distort the past. Kurusha can't be saved. This has been proven beyond a doubt. At the very least, I can't save her. Not even with Mayuri's encouragement. There's nothing I can do. You're wrong. Shishisa speaks, her voice full of conviction immediately afterwards.